In the words of my homie, he gonna say, he said, don't mind the kids, you gotta give him a pass. This kid can't get a pass. He gotta pay.
I'm not married. We're gonna do what we wanna do. We're gonna live our life.
We're about to get on the elevator.
Yeah, remember we did this last time we did.
When Danny fought, Benavidez.
What's up, mate?
What's up?
How are you? You alright?
Yeah.
You said your dad's still not sure how we walked ourselves into this one. Thank God.
You don't know, boy. Tired?
Yes.
Shout me out. That's good. Good, yeah.
Ready for some action today?
Yeah.
Just get in his face. Tuck said he's going to rip your heart out.
Oh yeah.
That's it?
Oh, that's
That's what he
good.
said, didn't he?
That's what he said?
Yeah, you said it.
You believe that?
No, but he said it. You know what I mean?
He's a
I mean, you
baby.
gotta say that.
He's a baby.
You don't believe.
He a baby. He don't believe it at all.
You don't think Jumbo got all that heart, man. You know, that's good. That's it.
We're thankful he took the fight. Right. Respect for that. Big mistake. Big mistake.
Sure.
Ever since he started hanging around with Bad Bunny, he's fucking gone through that.
Hey.
I've got to say.
Yeah, right. I'm hurting. I promise you. Watch. Watch.
Hey, how you?
How are you?
You alright? Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, you're
Going right there in that room.
Come on. You're too far back. Please. Yeah. Stay in range. Don't stay in range.
Slow down.
And there's a lot of things that I can take advantage of. I got the speed, I got the power, I got the technique, I got the length, I got the strength, I got the IQ. There's a lot of things I can take into consideration when it comes to breaking down the style.
But he also mentions that you get hit a lot.
The same way he does.
To avoid that.
The same way he does. Try to move my head the same way he tried to move his head. And
Keep your head on the swivel. Keep your head on the swivel.
You took this fight and showed your confidence.
Yeah.
Why do you think
think he put a 55-45 to try to double your cup?
Because that was the first thing or negotiation they had with Virgil, 55-45 to the winner. But again, me bringing 2 belts and giving the opportunity for 2 belts when I didn't need to, I feel like a 50-50 was being generous to him because I could have asked for more.
Only weeks remain before one of the most anticipated boxing clashes of the year. Jaron Boots Ennis is stepping into the super welterweight division to face the ultra-confident Xander Zayas in a showdown where one fighter's perfect record could disappear and a promising future could take a serious hit. Both men carry huge belief in their abilities and are determined to prove they belong at the very top of the 154-pound division. Some believe Zayas is still too inexperienced for a challenge of this level, while Boots wants to strengthen his legacy as one of boxing's most dangerous competitors. On June 27, the boxing world will finally discover who truly rules the division.
What's your weight? What's your weight class?
154.
150. You 154?
154. That's my fight at. I'm about your weight right now, though.
I was about to say. You don't look 154.
Now I'm fighting 154, but obviously I have a nutritionist team that work with me and stuff. They get me ready for fight night.
Yeah.
So I just gotta weigh 154, the 26, and then the 27.
26, 27?
27 is fight.
Is it a big fight?
The biggest fight of my career.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of that scene on Rocky when Apollo Creed was negotiating and he was talking to his lawyers. Remember, he was in a suit and tie, and his trainer was like, "Hey, Apollo, you may want to look at this." He said, yeah, whatever. He was like, "Hey, man, this guy looks serious." He said, "I'll knock him out in 3. And Rocky was punching the meat in the freezer. Remember that? That's what this shit reminds me of. It's like, yeah, Boots are beating. And bruh, I'm just saying, don't be shocked if after the fight, y'all say, if he wasn't so young, if he had a little bit more experience, that would have been a Xander Zayas win. Don't be surprised.
A large part of the boxing community is struggling to see a path to victory for Xander Zayas in this matchup. Many view him as a young champion who benefited from a favorable route to the top and believe Jaron Boots Ennis is the fighter destined to crush his hopes of reaching undisputed status. At just 23 years old, it's no surprise that many fans are labeling Zayas as the clear underdog. But if you've paid attention to the interviews, press events, and training clips coming from both camps, a different picture starts to emerge. Both fighters look completely convinced that victory belongs to them, and both appear to be in tremendous shape. Zayas enters this contest as the naturally bigger man. He also carries more experience competing at super welterweight, while Boots has spent more years in the sport and brings the advantage of age and overall experience at 28. Zayas has controlled much of the conversation during media appearances and face-to-face exchanges. The clearest example of their physical difference came during their first stare-down last month. One fighter looked ready for a battle against middleweights, while the other appeared to be facing someone built on an entirely different level.
On me.
Yeah, touch him. That's the closest you can get. That's the closest you're gonna get to them. I guarantee that.
Xander, make sure
I never made it.
No 154.
I'm gonna show you.
His second fight. I'm gonna show you the weight
I guarantee you're gonna make no mistake. I ain't gonna miss. I ain't gonna miss. Small, man. You're small. You small. You're a baby. I'm gonna show you.
Guys, very confident going into this fight.
Hey guys, let's trick that head, boys. That way.
Xander Zayas has never been the kind of fighter to quietly accept doubt from others. Even though much of the boxing world sees him as the underdog and gives him almost no chance against the feared Jaron Boots Ennis, Zayas remains fully convinced that he can shock everyone and hand Boots a defeat on June 27. If you've been following his interviews, one thing stands out immediately: his confidence never wavers. He speaks with belief, focus, and a clear determination to leave everything in the ring every time he competes. Do you think that mindset could make the difference on fight night? It's obvious that Zayas didn't reach the top by accident. His success comes from hard work, discipline, and a relentless approach to training. Every time he steps into the ring, he carries the attitude that he is prepared to give absolutely everything. In his recent interview with Ring Magazine, he made that point once again. He also discussed how seriously he is preparing for this challenge, knowing that Boots is unlike the opponents he faced on his journey to becoming a world champion. Throughout the conversation, Zayas appeared composed and confident. While he openly acknowledged Boots' talent and respected his achievements, he showed no signs of being overwhelmed by the task ahead. He described Boots as an outstanding fighter, but also suggested there are weaknesses in his style, areas he and his team have carefully studied and are preparing to take advantage of when the two finally meet in the ring. What do you think? Has Zayas found something others have missed?
Yeah, what's different about this camp? Obviously, like, I mean, you could say this is probably your biggest fight of your career so far. Like, what are you doing differently in this camp?
Nothing. Having the same fun, keeping the same energy. I enjoy being in camp. I enjoy having my people around. So, to be honest, it's been pretty much the same, obviously. Working on the things we need to work on, preparing for Boots Ennis. But other than that, pretty much same thing, same energy.
Is there anything specific about Boots that you're working on specifically for this camp? Obviously, like at the presser, you guys talked about the lack of head movement or whatever. So, like, there's certain things that you honing in on to exploit Boots.
I mean, yeah, of course. There's always things. Again, there's a lot of holes that I know I can take advantage of come fight night. But I don't want to discuss them on cameras because obviously it's part of the game plan.
Some may say Boots has been avoided. You know, why do you think that is?
I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. He's a good fighter, but I don't know where it comes that he's been avoided. I don't know by who or who are some of those names. I don't get it.
So then, for you being 23, unified champ, you know, fighting Boots, you know, that's a huge fight. You know, at your age and your division, like, you know, what does that say about your character?
Man, I'm here to chase legacy. I've always said it. I want to be the best in boxing. I want to be the best in my division, in every division that I touch, and this is the way to do it, fighting the best, beating the best.
Execute on fight night. He also mentioned Boots being one of boxing's most avoided fighters, rejecting the belief that opponents fear his reputation as a difficult challenge. Zayas is stepping into the toughest challenge of his career by facing a fighter many consider the most dangerous man in boxing today. He also pushed back against claims that he is too young to take on an opponent ranked among the elite names in the division. Zayas insisted that he is more mature than people assume, and he already has valuable experience behind him. He is also hoping to send a message by accepting a fight of this magnitude at such a young age. Zayas spoke about showing other young fighters that major challenges can be taken on much earlier in a career. While he is not expecting every prospect to follow the same path, he said he would be proud if his decision inspires and motivates the next generation of fighters to leave their comfort zones and pursue big opportunities sooner rather than later.
For your age, considering the fights that
yes, of course, I feel like I'm very mature for my age, and I've gotten the experience that I need. I've gone rounds, I've seen everything that I need to see. I've gotten hit, I've been able to adjust. I think I've done everything. I know how to fight on the inside, I know how to fight on the outside. I know how to counter punch. I got great speed, great power. I feel like I do everything pretty well. So yes, I do feel like I have the experience.
So with this fights with Boots, do you feel like this might start a new era of boxing with a win over Boots and just like having young fighters fight each other in their primes or the best fighting the best?
I hope so. I mean, we made a big fight happen. Two big fighters, two young fighters, hungry fighters wanting to chase legacy. We made it happen, and so I feel like it should set an example for the future. But again, who knows? I mean, every fighter is different. Everybody lives a different lifestyle, and I can't be the one to say yes, I want it, or it's gonna be like that. I would love for it.
One key topic Zayas responded to during the interview was the criticism that he has been calling Boots overrated throughout the build-up to the fight. Zayas has questioned the strength of Boots' resume, pointing out that he has not shared the ring with many of the biggest names in the sport. At the same time, he made it clear that he is not dismissing what Boots has accomplished and continues to respect him as a dangerous opponent heading into fight night. He also discussed the fans and analysts who have already counted him out before the opening bell. Zayas is eager to prove the doubters wrong and is training with the belief that he can deliver one of the biggest surprises in recent boxing history. He also spoke about his dream of becoming one of Puerto Rico's boxing legends and emphasized just how important this matchup is to the legacy he hopes to build.
So with that, I know you've called him overrated in the past. So like, do you feel like it's right to call him at this point, or
who I call? Yeah, I feel like he's a good fighter, and you can't take the facts away. He's a unified world champion at 147. Those are facts, but I feel like people that he has fought have been tailor-made for his style and what he does and what he brings to the table.
So, do you think he's in for a shock on fight night when he steps in the ring with Xander Zayas?
I feel like everybody will be in for a shock. Every single one of my opponents have been into a shock every time they step into the ring with me. It's easy to see me and he's a 23, the 22-year-old kid, just young kid, no experience. Once he get hit, he's gonna want to get it right back, and it's a whole different story when you step in there with me and you see the knowledge and the maturity I have inside that ring.
Definitely. So, headlining a fight in New York, being Puerto Rican, right? Obviously, there's plenty of legends that headline in New York, Tito, Cotto, etc. So, like, what would that mean for you as a Boricua, like, notching a huge win in New York?
Man, this will be my 9th time in the city, in the Big Apple. First time at Barclays Center, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. I feel like the city has become part of who I am. And he represents me. I represent them. I enjoy and love the energy they always bring into every fight. So I can't wait to be back there and keep putting Puerto Rico in the.
Zayas is the unified super welterweight champion of the world. Because of his young age, many boxing fans still do not know much about him. He has remained somewhat under the radar in the division, often overshadowed by bigger names such as Virgil Ortiz, Boots Ennis, and Sebastian Fundora. It seems clear that many experts and fans have not taken a deep look at his abilities, which is why so many have quickly written him off against Boots. The boxing community may be overlooking just how dangerous Zayas can be. Although the majority of analysts have given him little chance of winning, there are still some voices who see things differently. The panel at ProBox TV, for example, has pointed out that Zayas is not expected to be an easy assignment for Boots on June 27. They believe this matchup could be highly competitive. And while Zayas lacks experience against a star opponent of Boots' level, he certainly has the tools and talent needed to pull off a major upset.
One of the most highly anticipated fights that can be made in the States is happening June the 27th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and that's Xander Zayas defending his 2 titles at 154 against Jaron Boots Ennis. This is a fantastic matchup, and I'm going to say right out the bat, I tip my hat to Xander Zayas for putting his belts on the line and fighting possibly the best guy at 154 right now, a guy that people look at as the boogeyman at 54, and there's a reason for that. Boots is crazy talent, physically gifted, has been developed throughout his professional career, and is looking to really blow up, and this is a huge opportunity for him. Xander Zayas has 2 titles in one of the deepest weight classes in the world, if not the deepest weight class, 154, so it's a fantastic matchup. It's also an interesting style mesh. You got Boots Ennis, Ennis, who's got that Philly style. He's hyper aggressive. He fights in the pocket, high contact fighter, good power with both hands, good hand speed, good boxing IQ, good technique, you name it. Boots has got it. But again, like a Philly fighter, he likes high contact. He likes to be in the pocket. He likes to trade. He likes to break you down, walk you down. Problem with fighting a guy like Xander's a mover. Xander's a mover and a jabber. He's got great endurance. He's got a good arm length. He's very tall and long, and he knows how to use it. He also knows exactly what he's not. He knows he's not going to go out there and blast you out like a Felix Trinidad. He's a boxer, mover, scoring points, and looking to outbox you and use his smarts. He's also got a great gas tank. Kid doesn't get tired, even late in a fight. So it's an interesting style matchup. I know a lot of people are looking at this like, no, Boots is gonna wash him. I'd be surprised. Xander Zayas, with his skill set, I think could get anyone in the division a lot of trouble. But this is why we fight the fights, and we'll see how it all shakes out on June the 27th.
Sadly for Zayas and his supporters, many respected boxing veterans still are not convinced he can win this matchup. While they praise the Puerto Rican champion for accepting such a dangerous challenge, they believe Boots holds a significant edge in both experience and overall ability. Coach Kenny Ellis was among those who gave Zayas little chance of coming out on top and pointed to several weaknesses that could prove costly on fight night. According to Ellis, Zayas is a talented fighter with an excellent jab and strong defensive skills, but he often falls into the habit of remaining directly in front of his opponents and absorbing unnecessary punishment. Ellis believes that using that same approach against someone as skilled as Boots could create serious problems. In his view, Boots is exactly the kind of fighter who can identify those openings, take advantage of them, and turn them into a decisive victory.
Last question, Coach. Big fight coming up, June 27th. Jaron Ennis, Xander Zayas. How you feeling about that?
Man, let me tell you something. Jaron inside 10, maybe 8, maybe inside 5. I like what's his name? Xander. I like him, but I noticed something with him. When he in office mode, his head's just sitting there. And you can go back tonight and watch all of his highlights. He don't know how to roll punches. He blocked pretty good. He got angles, but sometimes you gotta roll, and he don't roll. And if a person don't roll, you don't even have to look. All you have to do is go over their shoulder. You're gonna hit it because they don't know how to roll. KO.
Clean zone or a systematic breakdown?
It might be a body shot. Boots a bad man.
Why do you think he gets so much criticism?
It comes with the sport,
Tim Bradley has plenty of admiration for Zayas, but he also has reservations about seeing him face Boots at this stage of his career. Bradley considers this one of the highest-level matchups that can be made in the division right now. He commends Zayas for his maturity, strong boxing intelligence, and fearless mindset in pursuing such a dangerous challenge at just 23 years old while already holding 2 world titles. At the same time, Bradley feels his team may be moving a little too quickly. He believes a fight of this caliber will demand complete focus from Ennis and require him to show exactly why he is considered one of the elite fighters in the sport. In the end, Bradley leaned toward the more naturally gifted and proven version of Boots Ennis to come out on top, although he stopped short of completely counting Zayas out of the contest.
Speaking of big fights though, Tim, this is the biggest fight, I think, for fight fans. I think it was Virgil Ortiz and Boots, but we're getting Xander Zayas putting his 2 belts on the line at 154 against Boots, who's arguably one of the most talented fighters in the world. Zayas is going in as the underdog, even though he's the champion. Is he going into the fire too quickly? He's still a young kid against a guy like Boots, who has so many weapons in his repertoire.
Look, I mean, I'm 50-50 on that. I look, Xander Zayas has never been a normal, how can I say this? He's always been mature for his age. It's like he's already done this before. You know, he signed, was top ranked, and the dude was like a junior in high school.
Right.
You know, he was young as hell. But the way he handles himself outside the ring, he's always handled himself as a professional, and like it's like he's been here before. It's like nothing fazed him. so like it doesn't surprise me that he's like, I want Boots. He's always said that he wanted to fight Boots. He's always said and told me that he's always wanted to fight Virgil Ortiz. He said he's like, I'll beat, Fedora. He said that too. He's like, I'll beat Fedora. I'll beat him right now, But I feel like from a talent standpoint, and he is talented as well. Xander has a really boxing high IQ. He does. And you can tell not only in the ring, but you can tell outside, even when he does commentary. He's an extremely smart kid, or young man, I should say. But at 23, 2 belts, and you want to face that guy? Like, I'm like, man, what? If I'm managing, I'm like, man, come on, bro, like. Calm your ass down real quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. Like, we can maybe beat him, but shit, we unsure. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Much of the boxing community remains hesitant to pick Zayas to win this fight, but many have applauded his courage for accepting such a dangerous challenge. Zayas, however, is determined to prove his doubters wrong and believes he has what it takes to shock the boxing world when fight night arrives. Now we want to hear from you. Do you see this becoming a dominant performance where Boots reminds everyone why he is considered one of the sport's most dangerous fighters? Or could we be on the verge of a massive upset? Drop your prediction in the comments below. That wraps things up for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss future content. Also, share your thoughts in the comments. We always enjoy hearing your opinions. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. This video is created for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes to keep the boxing community updated on news, events, opinions, and discussions related to the sport. All content is presented in accordance with fair use principles, including commentary, criticism, reporting, and educational analysis. Any images, clips, or reference materials remain the property of their respective owners. To make our content more unique, engaging, and informative for viewers, AI-assisted tools may be used during the research, scripting, and content creation process. The views discussed in this video are based on publicly available information and are not intended to mislead, defame, or infringe upon